All right, I'm gonna roll on this.
45 minutes started.
All right. All right. Well, we're gonna have all types of distractions. Nature is gonna take its course, my man.
Yeah.
But this is the first interview for Mock Talks. This is gonna be a series of interviews that I'm gonna conduct, and you are the guinea pig as usual. And I appreciate you always for doing, you know, the various projects that I come up with, etc.
Word, man.
We've been doing this a long time, bro.
Yes, sir.
I want to introduce my main man since I am 15 years old or so, from junior high. Cam Talbert, also known as Campaign. Welcome to Mock Talks.
Mock Talks.
What do you think about that title?
Mock Talks. It rhymes. It's got it's got one of those things, you know, where it's snappy.
Yeah, you know, it rolls. It rolls, right?
Sure it does, man. Mock Talks.
Yeah. So it's another attempt at getting something off the ground.
Is it only you gonna be talking the whole time? Is that what it is?
Well, it's Mock Talks, bro. This isn't Campaign Talks. I was thinking of a name for you, like a goofy, like Mock Talks, and then there's Campaign.
What am I complaining?
You know what I'm saying?
Campaign complains?
Well, it doesn't have to be like that, but you know what I mean? Like, it's a funny way to have a title that's kind of
Campaign. Well, okay. So, what do you think about this? You know, these different tips and things you see online. I saw this one that was like, oh, you know, in order to build a cult following, you have to, you know, not just like show your talent or like, you know, be cool. You have to get people behind a common enemy. You know, something you're against, and state what you're against, and then that's how you get people
to generate
to
interest.
become loyal, because it's a common enemy that we're all fighting. And it could be, you know, a positive, or what you say, like a progressive common enemy, or something that's, you know, beneficial for everyone. You know, like laziness, or, you know, fucking anything.
It doesn't have to be an actual human.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like a person, or like, you know,
or a group,
or some idea. You know,
it's a collective.
I mean,
feeling or thought or general way of life. All of these sort of clubs.
That's where you got to become. You got to become clever and figure out what that thing can be. That's really universal, that people will really gravitate towards.
Right, and just niche, you know, enough. Just that like little particular type of club. We got the birds, the dog, and the lawnmower.
Yeah.
Right when we start.
No, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's hilarious. Hopefully the microphones are making it all worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
it's the voyage journey. It's the maiden voyage.
It's a beautiful journey, man. It's always something. So yeah.
So speaking of that, the journey, and we'll touch on what you were talking about, how to brand yourself and talk about a following, how to generate a following in 2026 and in the 20s and earlier and stuff, because the journey is what we've been on. And, you know, turning the corner here at 45, you know, February 3rd is around the corner, 1981, 45, here we are, 2026, and you're right behind in March.
March, yeah, yep.
Well, first of all, how's that feel?
It's weird.
It's weird.
It's a little weird.
It's a little weird, right?
It's one of those things, though, that you're, you know, like I'm already saying I'm 45 to people, you know?
Me too.
Because it's looming. But it's a little exciting. At the same time, it's like, it's very sobering as well.
It's very sobering.
Let you realize, you know, the time is, it's just moving and moving, man.
It's
like,
of the essence.
Yeah, it's very deep, man. Like, certain decisions, you know, need to change at this time of life, because like
sustainability.
There's not a lot of time to lily
gag and dilly dal.
Dilly dal. That's
dilly dal and lily gag, or lollygag rather.
Lollygag.
I think you bring up a good point. It's now or never, meaning like if you've gotten this far, you really do see that there is only so much left. And that midlife is real. It's that midlife where you're like, okay, I got this far doing this. All the adolescence is out of the way. Now I have my adulthood and my manhood and my old age. That's a different book. That's a whole different chapter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we got to correct course if we've done stuff we didn't like because it's not sustainable, and we really want to get it right. You know what I mean? And I was talking to your wife. We are the adults in the room.
Yeah. Yeah.
We could be president.
Yeah, man.
And that's the weird part.
That's
we
the
weren't
part that
ready
seems
for that.
weird. Yeah, it's, just it's a different perspective on time. When we were kids, the really old people that were in their 80s, they weren't still ruling countries. They were old people.
That's right.
They were laying down somewhere, chilling,
If they were 80.
If they were 80,
80 was...
but now,
that's normal.
What was that? Biden was 80 something, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And my dad is 85. He's still spry and up here, like, doesn't seem like it.
God bless.
So they're different. They're different, at this age of 80 than it was when they were in their 40s. And the people that were in their 40s were like the adults that were running the world,
Yeah.
And like that was it. They were old. They were like the old adults. You know what I mean?
Yeah, really. And
but now we're that age, and those people that were the adults are still around, being the adults, and we still feel like they're kids.
Point.
Like we're still
that's
kids.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
And that's what evolution is. Because a 45-year-old, truth be told, we're comparing it to what we saw. Mm-hmm. However, times have changed. And a 45-year-old today is still a younger man than what our 80, 85-year-old parents, that great generation, or that Gen X, sorry, not Gen X, the baby boom.
Baby boom.
Right? So we come off, and plus growing up in the 80s with technology and video games, rap music, all the fun stuff.
Yeah. Keeps you young, man.
It keeps you young. But also technology and the way we've been incubated a little bit. Post the Great Wars, we weren't in the draft. We didn't have these things. I mean, we have serious things, 9/11, COVID, and now. These are serious things, and now we are having to embrace those things. Anywho, say all that to say, welcome to 45, and whether or not we wanted it, we're here. But I want to rewind a little bit and talk about when we did meet. It was. And that's the weed whacker back there. But it was the beautiful 90s, man. The beautiful 90s.
It was beautiful.
The most, okay, and
the most elegant decade
in
of
the
any
world.
century. If I may be honest, honestly, it was the best.
It certainly was, and we didn't even know it. But we were living in kind of like an absolute treasure of a time.
It's interesting, yeah. How I wish we could really see the 70s. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's similar. 70s, 80s. I mean,
well, but like I wish we could
decades.
actually see it and be there, because now that we know, because we were there and we saw the 90s.
Right.
In comparison to what it seems like everything else was, the 90s was the best. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But that's only what it seems like. If you weren't there, then you don't actually know. But like.
Right.
What it seems like the 70s was similar to like the 90s was, right?
I feel that.
And then the 80s was like the 80s, I feel like the 80s were in its own
dimension.
Universe. Yeah,
right.
like they're in their own dimension.
Right.
And it was like just existed.
In between.
It existed between this weird time.
Old generation and moving into the new.
How it moved into the 90s is crazy.
Trying to be future so hard that it really looked goofy, and then there was
the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the 90s caught a little bit of that, but then like balanced, like, nah, this ain't the future.
Yeah.
This is just the 90s.
Yeah.
We still got problems.
Well, but see, they actually started making stuff that really actually looked cool. Like, you know what I think, and this is going to take us into a direction, but what I think is like the ability that we started to develop on screens, like the things that the sci-fi that we were able to make.
Right.
Excuse me. a lot of that stuff started to look a lot cooler in the 90s. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the CGI started to become more of a thing in the 90s.
Computer
the 90s,
graphics.
the computer graphics started to like pick up.
Mhm.
So they were able to make, the monsters or the robots or stuff like that look a little more smooth and cool. Whereas like Short Circuit, Johnny Five.
Short Circuit.
Short Circuit.
Short Circuit 1 and 2. Yes.
Johnny
Five is alive.
He was very boxy and square, and
That's right.
you know what I mean. And like a lot of the '80s stuff was very boxy. The cars, the everything. It was like very square.
The TVs.
The TVs. The big ass
box.
Zenith box on your.
You know?
You know what I mean. But yeah.
A big screen TV back in the day.
Yeah.
That took up the whole living room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it did.
Whew.
Yeah, and then you got a new
Kids don't-
TV, and you put that on top of that because that one was broken.
And you're not getting that big ass TV out.
No, that just became a fucking
Right.
nightstand.
And then it's like, this is a nice piece of furniture. Sure, it doesn't work as a TV.
Oh, I said an F-bomb. Sorry.
No, you're fine, man. No, you're fine. You're fine. I just want the kids to be able to learn
Yeah.
from this. But
Yeah.
an F word here and there, they're gonna hear it from everywhere. I'll just keep threading growing up in the 90s and meeting at our junior high in Hollywood, Bancroft Junior High, because we're LA guys. We grew up in Los Angeles, which is a big city with a lot going on. The entertainment industry, especially dominating a lot of the headspace around here.
Yeah.
And so we were exposed to a lot of that, especially you, considering your relationship with art, entertainment within your family.
Right. My mom singing with Smokey Robinson as a background singer for many years, like before I was born. And then, I was born, and then up until like 18, like high school times, So yeah, for a long time, I was always around Smokey Robinson and
tour buses.
And flying, going to Vegas.
What was
as
that
a
like
young
growing
age.
up and realizing your mom was a show person?
I mean, it was interesting, man. It was pretty cool. My dad was also acting in like a TV show, the Hill Street Blues.
Oh, so that's where he gets his love for TV and like.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
He was on Hill Street Blues as like a reoccurring, like person, like not like a main character, kind of a background,
a walk-on guy.
like a main,
Okay.
like a person in the background, like
Okay.
like a one step up from an extra, basically.
Yes,
You know
yes,
what I mean?
like a regular cop that would be at his desk, but he's always there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the background,
Yeah.
yeah. And so, they were rolling in Hollywood. My mom was singing with Smokey. He was doing that. So that was the
And
family.
you got to be what, like 5, 6, 7?
Something like that.
You know what I'm saying?
6, 7,
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that.
Adults are gonna just steal
Well,
that.
around that time though, they were both doing that. But no, like before I was born, and then yeah, man, my parents split, and so then me and my mom, were out here in Eagle Rock, but then I was going to schools that had performing arts stuff because, yeah, being around all of that stuff, I definitely started getting that feeling too. Like I wanted to do stand-up comedy. There was this comedian, his name is Sully, actually, and he became like a really, pretty known actor. He was like on the Jamie Foxx show. But he used to open up for Smokey.
Oh wow.
And as a kid,
Was that his comedian name, Sully?
Sully, yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
he
that's
just went by Sully.
I think so.
What's his name? Suleiman?
No, I don't know. I think
Okay.
I don't know, honestly,
All
his
right.
full name. But Sully, he I think that's still what he goes by, his full name probably. I don't know his last name. But yeah, he was real cool, and like he was like cool with me. I think he was really young as well. I mean, I believe he was over 18, but he was still like young to be on the Smokey Robinson tour. But whenever I would come, I would always be like, hey, what's up, man? And then for some reason, when I saw him doing stand-up, I feel like I was like, yeah, like that guy's cool, and I want to make people laugh, and I was always trying to be Mr. Funny Guy.
Well, you were funny.
Yeah, man, I was
were.
trying to be Mr. Funny Guy
Yeah.
all the time.
Right.
Funny.
Yeah. And your parents were show people,
Yeah.
and they saw that you were talented, and so everything was just coalescing.
And if we're gonna get real, like deep and psychological and philosophical,
Sci-fi-lophically.
See, I was an only child, man. I had to make myself laugh, and it was deep rooted that I had to. Anyway.
No, do it. Go there, man.
Nah, but yeah, no. There's definitely.
This show is part Joe Rogan, part Oprah.
Oh, okay.
I want it. This is not a successful interview unless I
Get one teardrop.
just one, and then we tattoo it for the
Oh,
homies.
shit. For the homies.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
All right,
shit.
go ahead.
But yeah, no, man. So like, yeah, I was definitely trying to be an entertainer. You know, like they had me in acting classes. And,
At what age? Before Bancroft or during?
Yeah, before Bancroft. You know, Betty Bridges was like Todd Bridges' mom.
Todd Bridges famous for being
being Willis.
Willis's brother. Oh no, Willis.
Willis.
Yeah, Gary Coleman's character.
Yeah, he was always asking what he was talking about.
Willis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
being
very-
on Different Strokes, Todd Bridges, his mom had a acting school. It was like very known. Todd Bridges' mom.
Exactly. Yeah, because
Betty
that
Bridges.
has cachet. That
Yeah.
was a big show.
And I remember going to her acting classes when I was like really young, and I was just scared. I remember being scared. Like there was an improv. I remember doing an improv when I was there.
Scared, nervous.
Being nervous, yeah, like to say something. There was an improv that we had to do, and I just sat there and it was like, yeah, you're watching TV. And I was just like watching TV, and I didn't say anything, and the people were like doing stuff around me, and I just sat there. It felt like Get Out. Wait,
Oh, did it? Oh, the movie. Yeah.
that was too deep.
That
was
part.
too deep. That was too deep.
no, I get what you're
Because I let my acting career die. Oh, damn. Wait, before it even started, I was a little kid, man. I didn't know what I was doing. And so,
Well, you felt like Get Out because you were in the Upside Down. You didn't feel like Get Out because you felt like somebody was trying to trick you into giving you a
no, because
a
I
lobotomy.
because I just sat there watching this imaginary television and I didn't say anything.
You were stuck.
I was stuck. Yeah.
But you were still doing a performance. You just were doing the performance, the max. You were at the place where you felt you could do.
Yeah,
And
no,
as
I
a
was-
kid, you build on that. But you were in front of people early, like me.
Exactly. I was prime like beginner.
Right.
Doing something that I realize now was like something beyond my understanding, like an improv, you know. I barely could act, and they were like, "All right, make up what you're gonna do as you go." And I was like,
And you did it. And you were exposed to it, and that's all that matters. It's not about being good at that age. It's not about being good. It's about doing it, practicing it, because that's how kids learn.
"Yeah."
You build on that.
Well, but yeah, no, that was my that was one of my introductions to like acting and performing and shit like that,
Right.
and being around. I didn't want to do music though, like being
Not
around my
then.
mom and
Not
doing
then,
music and
right,
stuff.
okay.
I didn't really want to do music, yeah, but I did want to perform and act
and comedy.
and comedy. And so when I was going to Bancroft, where we met, I think I was really trying to be like in the drama department, but they had dance and all this other shit, and so took dance. I had to.
Oh, of course.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't choose anything. You
You
know,
talking
it
about
was
middle school?
in middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you did.
Me too, man. we
because
met.
that's when we clicked the most.
Yeah.
Because so real quick, set the stage. In Bancroft Junior High, we're 14, 15, and this is 8th grade. And I met one cat.
7th grade. It was the end of 7th grade.
Sorry, 7th grade.
It was the end of
They
7th
had-
grade.
This is when they were changing 6th grade and 9th grade to the next level.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so we came in-
because we became friends during the 7th grade.
Yes, that's right. Because we came
The
into
end of
junior
7th
high
grade.
at 7th grade.
I mean, well, yeah, but I also came the second semester. Like I wasn't there at the
That's
beginning,
Right. That's right.
and I came at the end, and then we became kind of friends during that summer, cause like, well, yeah,
Right. And our mutual friend introduced us.
Yeah,
The famous Norwegian.
Adam. Well, no, we had me and you had
We had dance.
we had dance, but we weren't.
No. That was 8th grade.
No, that was 8th grade. But wait, we didn't. Oh no, we didn't have any class. We didn't have any class.
No. Yeah.
In the 7th grade.
Right. But
Okay.
8th grade, everything blew up, and we became
Yeah.
like the dudes.
Yeah. So me and Adam had the rap contest, and we had the homeroom. Did we all have homeroom together?
We did with Miss
That's-
Rouch,
Mr.
Mrs. Oh, was it Mister?
The
remember
history
Mrs.
teacher guy, right?
Shoot, I couldn't tell you what teacher it was, but I
Mr.
remember.
Mr. Rouch. I thought it was
No,
Mr.
Mrs. Rouch.
Mrs. Rouch.
Mrs. Rouch.
Who was the guy that was like the history teacher?
Mr. Shackman.
Mr. Shackman.
We had Shackman in 8th grade. Yes.
We had Shackman.
That was the greatest time.
That was
That was the greatest time.
because he was so like he was very liberal and
Very chill.
he was a real cool teacher.
Very chill. He was a badass. He wore
Yeah.
boots. He knew himself real well.
Yeah.
Goatee, and just the swagger and how he taught. And
Yeah.
he was cool. He taught you about history. He was a history teacher.
He was a history. That's what I'm
But we
talking
had him
about.
for homeroom.
But we had him
also.
for homeroom.
And we were just
So
goofing off.
so there was that, but that's where me and Adam. It was for that homeroom I thought where we did the rap contest. Where Edibar was in there. And
Yeah,
he did
we had him for homeroom, but we had another class. in
Edibar did
7th
buffalo
grade.
wings.
Yes. Well, I'm saying we had that, but we had other classes in 7th grade. We had a bunch of different classes. We did.
Yeah. Okay.
And we started to get to know each other, I think, in the beginning through Adam, because our mutual friend, the third of our clique, was always Adam.
Yeah.
Adam, the Norwegian, and the wisecracker.
The wisecracker.
And he was the catalyst because
The
you
whiz.
guys, the whiz, yeah, the wise whiz. So you guys clicked on rap music, I think, first.
Yeah, because we did this rap contest thing for the homeroom, and then he, we know what it was he brought this book, The Plethora of Bullshit, that book.
The one he came up with.
Yeah, and I started reading some of that book, and then he was showing me, like I think you had written some of the stuff in there.
Yeah.
But then what it was the audio tape. You
Yes.
guys had made the radio show,
That's
like
right.
the audio show,
Right. Adam,
the comedy show.
Right. We were spending the night at each other's houses. That's what we did. It was always a slumber party for 1, 2, 3 nights and just being creative and writing as goofy material that
Yeah.
made us laugh as possible.
And so I was like, yo, that's just hilarious. I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to make those skits. And then you also had like a video that you played, and it was like something where you were walking down a hallway, and it was like in slow motion, and it just looked real cinematic. And I was just like, wow, how did you make that? Like it looked like so cool.
Oh,
Like,
cool.
I just was like, man, this guy can make films. Like he made that with a regular camera. No, for real.
Appreciate
I
you.
never
Yeah,
forget
know.
that.
That's awesome.
I never forget that. I was like, damn, that's crazy. That's tight. And so then fast forward, when we get to high school, you become friends with like Joe.
That's right.
And then you guys made something else too that looked so real. It was like a hit or something like that.
Oh,
It was
we
like
were doing a
punch
video,
or like
yeah.
and it looked so real. It was like,
The-
I was like, yo, how did y'all do that? I was like, man, yeah, y'all are tight, man. Okay.
Yo, well, it was mutual, of course, but yeah, we all were feeding off of each other. We all brought a different element, and yeah, you geeked off on the fact that we could do stuff, and that we had a group.
Yeah, we were making skits.
Like all the time.
And yeah, and then we started listening to Adam Sandler and really started getting more into the skit ideas
Yeah.
and just really wanting to do comedy more.
And audio skits, before
Audio skits.
audio was so big, Sandler,
Yeah,
and them, and
yeah, the audio skits.
and we were
was the
heavily
move.
influenced by Adam Sandler in the 8th grade at that time.
Right.
Because of if you're 14 years old and everything is potty humor and pee pee poo poo dick and balls, it's like that's what 14 it really is.
Yeah,
14, 15, you're still goofy, and the generation now it's nothing's changed.
Yeah, it's different too. They got more access to a lot of stuff. We
More
didn't really
access.
have a lot of access to
Right.
what they got.
Oh, if we wanted to see something dirty, we had to stay up late on HBO and Showtime and Cinemax.
I mean, man, yeah, just that and all kind of stuff like murders. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, do you ever watch Faces of Death?
If you did, you got that video from
know what I'm
that,
talking about?
Yeah, that cult video store.
Yeah.
Then you got to see that.
Some crazy shit. Now it's like a reel on
Yeah.
fucking YouTube. You can
Yeah.
just watch fucking people.
Yeah, Rocket, come here.
Chill out, bro.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, so-
and these kids are exposed, and that's why we limit the internet now,
Yeah, oh really? Yeah.
because the internet is the raging river of life's great catalog, and you can see it's Rocket.
Chill out, man.
Nothing happened.
No animals were harmed.
in the making of this video. All right. We probably got maybe halfway or a third of the way. And so we end up, Rocket, you're killing it. Shh. Chill out. All right, let me get this dog. Rocket. With the tail between the legs. Oh, you brought the fish back.
There you go.
Well, actually, that's a better reaction
Yeah.
than being scared. Thank you for that. I didn't mean to scare you. So we are in junior high. We're a team. We're collaborating. We're doing what became really popular now.
Right.
Back then, when you weren't able to monetize it, when a guy like Adam, whose dad was a well-known filmmaker in Norway, talking about our associations with entertainment and how, growing up in LA, just being here, you are associated with it. It happens to be in your life. Adam's dad, we meet a kid whose dad is a famous Norwegian director. He directed Motte Breste and, Radio 2.
That's a movie?
It was the TV series.
Oh, that's the TV show.
That's the TV show.
Yeah.
That was like the Cheers or the big,
the
big family show, All in the Family, or all those big, those big
the
shows.
Seinfeld show. Like,
all those big ones, right?
Yeah,
So he had like everyone knows that show. And here's Adam, American Norwegian, who's in love with hip hop music, who's good at it, extremely good at it.
Yeah, man.
So we're all motivated by, and I'm, filmmaker, and you bring, acting and singing, cachet, and all that stuff. So we're all trying to be funny, and we're all trying to just make each other laugh, but Adam said, Adam also grew up in entertainment, and he had a way of recognizing funny and talent, and talking about my relationship with being funny or talent. It's like I didn't know. I mean, I knew you feel you're funny, but when someone else will recognize it and say, hey, you got this and this, and we should, Adam really catalyzed all that because he just had that mojo. And so we all spend our weekends making videos, writing. I mean, we would watch movies, but we would spend hours writing.
Yeah.
And then doing what we call fusion. And then after the timer goes off, we switch stories. And then the other guy writes the middle. And then the last guy writes the resolution of that. And then we put it in a book, and we would we would read and write.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
Yeah. Make skits and music. Make music.
Skits and music. We're super productive. And we'd make, radio, goofy podcasts and stuff like that. Yeah. And they were foul and racist and all this stuff. That was the 90s.
Oh my gosh,
and it's
foul
not
and racist.
It's not appropriate. It's cancelable and all that stuff. But I'm not making any excuses for it. I'm just this is what happened. And so long story short, it's so different, but not in a way, because people are writing and producing and doing that stuff. It's so commonplace now. Everyone's a director. Everyone's a writer. Everyone is making content. And we were doing it.
Yep. A lot of stuff keeps on going, man, and we sometimes realize that you're way ahead of the curve. It definitely happens a lot for me. Even so, like, let's like, if we let the story move on, and like other big things that happen, along our journey here, is we do our thing. High school, we meet a lot of friends and people. High school was a different time. Once we all left junior high,
we all split up.
We all split up, went to different high schools.
After being this tight creative crew, the three of us spread out to these very different schools.
Yeah.
I went to the Valley, and I brought the Valley to the table. Adam went to the Santa Monica Art College for the wealthy and celebrity, and you went to the Performing Arts Magnet,
Music Academy,
Hamilton, which is in the city.
And so, man, I say this all the time though. Like, growing up in Los Angeles, there's just a lot of people. A lot of people come from all over the place, all over the world, to Los Angeles, to Hollywood, to make it big. To be in Hollywood. And we are born and raised here, and it's not like we take it for granted. Take advantage of it. Well, I mean, yeah, you take advantage of it, but
we should
when you have the advantage, it's a good advantage that you have. But like, you take it for granted for sure that you just grow up with some of these people that are homegrown superstars, you know,
Right.
and you end up going to school with them and you become friends with them just on a regular basis just because you're here, you know.
Right.
And so that happened to all of us. All of us went to high schools where we now see the people that we went to high school with as, you know, notable, you know, people out in the world, you know. And so it's a great experience to be able to have that, you know.
It really is.
Yeah.
And that also comes with a lot of interesting dynamics, because wanting and loving the industry and then being around that, other people looking in would say, oh, well, then what happened to you? How come you didn't? How come he did? Why didn't you maneuver and try to get the rub and all that stuff? I don't think that you or I had necessarily had like a desire to come up that way, where somebody like I feel like we really wanted to try to get there somehow, like everyone gets there. I mean, we would never pass up being working with.
Selected.
Yes.
Of course. No, I feel what you're saying. Like one of our friends giving us some opportunity, you know, but like,
We weren't looking for that, like in that way, where it
Yeah.
was like, yo,
Now,
yo, yo, yo.
if they were
know?
to offer it, of course we'd be
Yeah.
like, of course, yeah, thank you, you know. But right, everyone that does have to make their own way, and even they got recommended by someone, you know. So,
Yeah.
you know, and they've had a relationship or whatever it is, whoever they are, you know, and so that's what happens. You gotta get there, I guess. You gotta get to that point where you can get that opportunity, but be in position for it as well.
Right. So it's interesting to be associated in this realm, but there is something that here we are at 45, watching our contemporaries do their thing, and still on the road to our thing, happily, you know, blessed, grateful, you know. And the relationship with looking back and saying, well, what was it that you know, why did it go that way? You know, maybe there were regrets in the past, but at 45, I'm really just set in a place of content and still curious and still hungry, and almost in the best place I've ever been, with wanting to release art and release
Same.
you know, a message, or you know,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So that is an interesting dynamic that is a big part of my interview series, and what it takes for someone like these associations we have, and what got them to motivate in that direction, and versus guys like us and other people we know who are talented and are still finding their way and still dealing with life as it has developed for us, because life has everything to do with it, and no one knows the answer. So the conversation is the fun part, you know, and having a real candid, honest talks about you know, what we thought, what happened, and where we want to go. That's essentially what I think you and I can really get down with, but what Mock Talks is kind of all about.
See that, man? Yeah. Nah, yeah. This association that we have, and just the work, and then, you know, choices, you know, and people. They always say, like, it's a combination of who you know and luck and something else, and talent, right?
Yeah, and
You know,
persistence.
and persistence.
You know, it's a big.
And you know, the algorithms or the internet these days will tell you that you can actually cut off talent and who you know, because persistence and consistency
Really
is winning.
reigns supreme. Yes.
It's winning.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah. Big league.
Big wins
Big.
for consistency.
Yeah. Yes. And Joey would always perform this mantra of again by heart, or he called it the regularity.
Regularity.
Because I think a lot of the reason why he's had consistency with his work is because of his consistency, of his regularity, and he's always doing it, and he's been doing it, and it's a routine for him, and it's reps, and it's muscle memory, and it's again by heart, and he is, and people can say that's what professional is, or that's professionalism, and that's a part of it. Not for everybody. Not everybody is Joe or has his style, but the way he continues to show that he gets up in the morning and trains and hits the gym, so to speak, with his work ethic, you know, that proves that angle works. You know, that angle works, and most kids, they need that.
It's one of the main things, one of the main ingredients for it, for success, for sure. Is consistency, repetition, and consistency is.
And you need an environment to do that, and not everyone has a safe or a stable or what have you environment for a young man to continue to stay consistent. Consistency is difficult.
Yeah, but you know, I've been getting a lot of little motivation from my algorithm these days. I don't know if you've heard of Kev on Stage. He's a comedian. This guy, but yeah, he's doing this thing. He does these walks now with his daily posts. But he was saying he was just talking about how sometimes he doesn't feel like making videos. It's like, but I make videos like I'm going to a 9 to 5. Like, I don't feel like going to the 9 to 5. Sometimes I don't feel like making videos, but I make them anyway.
That's what it is.
And it's like, I have to make them.
You don't have to be inspired.
Yeah, you can't wait for inspiration. He was like, you can't wait for inspiration.
Yes.
You have to have a system that's, I make videos. I don't even feel like making it, but I have to make these 5 videos about this thing.
That's what this is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this is.
Yeah.
This is you and me going, let's go to work.
Let's got to get those reps in. Yeah, go to work. Yeah. No, and I'm glad, man. I'm glad. That's why I was excited to do it. And I'm glad that you were pushing to do it, and you were like making it, you know, a thing for us to get going. I see so many different things that are just like inspiring, you know, and that make me want to say like, man, I need to do that, because, you know, I'm gifted in those ways. I'm trying to put this in the best words possible right now, and not be like saying it the wrong way.
Right, not sounding too.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. Like, not hating, not, you know, just like not coveting, looking at somebody else like, oh, I could do that, which is sort of what I'm saying. You know what I mean? You know, so
everyone needs a bar and a vision board and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But that feeds into what I was trying to get at before. What has stopped us from that next iteration? What is that voice that says, man, I can do that too?
Yeah. Nah, the thing that got me is a lot of the Kev on Stage stuff, because he says a lot of this kind of stuff in his videos, because he's talking about it, how he basically is talking through what he's going through, literally.
Right.
Like, I don't feel like making this video right now.
And that's what people want to see.
Yeah.
They want to see the process now.
Oh man, I'm not gonna go deep on the guru shit and all the tips and tricks that I've been seeing. I've been saving a lot of stuff. I was gonna go in and I was thinking we were gonna like make that one of the segments of what we were gonna do, which is pull up clips and kind of like respond and react to these clips. Most of them tips though, things to try to do. You know what I mean, and maybe jump off of those ideas. But man, like the nature of being an artist now is knowing all of these things to do with your art once you have it. Yeah. You know, and it can distract you from actually finishing the art, because you're trying to think of like all the creative, because you got to be creative to think of the ways to market your art. You know what I mean? And that's taking up a whole bunch of creative energy that you actually need for the art that you make. You know what I mean?
And the flow that you need to be creating with the art, because art is a flow. Yeah. And if you put down that flow, you don't tap into it, you've got to start the flow again. And it's all about like, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? What's the message? How is it going to be viewed? Do I like it? And all of these things.
Yeah, put them down. There you go.
Oh, he couldn't get.
Yeah.
And so it's the relationship with that.
Yeah.
And you find all that. And it doesn't have to be this framed masterpiece. It can be, this is my process. Art is
Yeah.
also like, this is my process. And a lot of people now want to see.
They want to see the
People's process.
Yeah, no, that's the hardest part for a lot of what we've come up with. You know, our generation of being a consumer, of what we've always been given was finished products, polished products, and been taught that you got to have everything polished and clean and done nice and done right before it's put out and all that. And now it's backwards. It's like, no, start from the beginning. Be horrible and let me watch you become great, so I could be like, I saw the whole thing. That's now entertainment, you know.
That's from now on entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, because with all of these windows, we could see everything from beginning, middle, and end. Our kids' lives are all on record. We didn't have that. We were kind of one of the last generations to have, like, oh wow, a picture of me at 2. Ooh.
Wow. Yeah.
No, you
Now-
have a whole video of you from 1, 2, and 3 of everything you did in your first words, and
Yeah.
you know exactly how you were.
Yeah.
You know, like exactly. People have a whole Rolodex, a whole, you know,
Yeah.
just a stream.
That's that I've always thought about that too, man. Like that's the deep part about coming up in a world where cameras were everywhere. On the phones, especially like if you were born from 2005 and up,
You were on record.
you got a picture, a video of almost every day, damn
From
near.
now, yeah. And so here
Of your
we
life.
are, and we're continuing that now, because from now on we're on record. I think that's going to be the end of part 1. We're going to end on that note.
Got 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Final thoughts
Final thoughts, man.
on the first maiden voyage of Mock Talks.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, it was cool. It gave us the opportunity to go into a lot of different directions and talk about a lot of different things. We were talking about our journey, you know, and how we met, and you know, we got to about high school, you know, just to like round it off. You know, there was a lot longer, you know, things and stories that we can go into about different parts of our art journey that we've been going on. I know you did a stint at Burning Man, which is a big, you know, art
Big influence.
installment.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like, you know, me going on the walk across the country,
That's
that
right.
was a full art walk basically.
Mm-hmm.
And just journeying into you know, doing production on TV shows and
Yep.
becoming DJs and
Yeah.
doing these gigs now, performing music now, doing gigs. Doing the walk though, that was a year of art, you know, and exploration and just
Spiritual journey.
journeying, man.
And that's what part 2 is going to be all about. If you'll come back on Mock Talks, I want to say thank you to Campaign.
Yes, sir.
He's never complaining, and that's stupid.
and Mock's always talking.
Yeah,
The Mock Talks.
the Mock Talks, and he complains. All right, that's a wrap on part 1.
All right, man. Mock Talks.
Thanks, brother.
Yep. You should get some mock tacos.
Everything mock. All right.